Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ha, Rakakwadash, Ma'amah. Double alongside the others of GMS. Salutations to the sincere Aki and pushing his truth and sincerity around the four corners of this earth. I'm the car Karabani Yasharala coming out of the Lions Den camp out here at Jacksonville. And I'll be coming out a little impromptu lesson real quick, but without further ado, I'm going to get right into it. This is Sirach chapter 39. I'm going to start at verse 23. It says, as he hath turned the waters into saltiness, so shall the heathen inherit his wrath. So as the Most High has turned the water into saltness, the heathen, these other nations are going to inherit the wrath of the Most High. Why? For doing what they did to the children of Israel. For having us in bondage for a time and going too far. Every captivity that we have been in, or whatever nation that took us into captivity, they've always went too far. The Most High set them up for a punishment for our people to get right, but they've always taken it too far. So, just like the Most High has turned the ocean into salt water, his wrath is going to be upon these heathens. Meaning he's going to put his judgment on them for doing what they did. But these other heathen nations outside of Esau, because he's a heathen nation too, once they get their punishment after a certain amount of time, they're going to get a chance to go back into their land and do what they do. Esau, he wiped out. The so-called biblical Edomites, white people, wiped out. It's a wrap. Ain't no getting around that. Period. I'm gonna jump down to verse 25. It says, for the good things are good. Salaki, for the good are good things created from the beginning. So the evil things for sinners. See, the good things that are good were created from the beginning. And so the evil things were created for sinners, for transgressors. And what is that? Let's see. I'm gonna jump over. This is Sirach chapter 40. I'm gonna jump to verse 9. It says, death and bloodshed and strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge. These things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood. Now, if you look at it again, for the good things, so like for the good are the good things created from the beginning. See, the good things were created from the beginning. The good was created for the good. It says, so the evil things for sinners. Death, bloodshed and strife and the sword and calamities, famines, tribulations, and the scourge. That was created for the sinners. That was created for the wicked. These things were created for the wicked, and for the wicked sakes came the flood. Verse 26. I'm back at Sirach 39. It says, the principal things of the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and the oil and the clothes. You see, the principal things of a man's whole life, we already have it. It's already here for us. These are the good things that were created already. What? Water, fire, iron. You use fire to melt iron to make things. Salt, flour. You use salt for flavoring the foods. Flour to eat. Honey, milk, and the blood of the grape. The blood of the grape is wine, drink, whatever you want to call it. And clothing. This is the principal things for man. Verse 27. This is all these things are for the good to the godly. If you go back up to verse 25, for the good are the good things created from the beginning. All these things are good. I'm going back down to 27. All these things are for good to the godly. So to the sinners they are so to the sinners they are turned into evil. And so to the sinners, these same things, they flip it and use it for wickedness. So guess what? Now let's jump back over to Sirach chapter 40, verse 9. It says, death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge. These are all things created for the wicked. These are all things created for sinners. And they're going to suffer these things. Period. These things are created, verse 10, these things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood. All things that are of the earth shall turn to the earth again, and that which is of the waters doth return into the sea. See, all things that are of the earth return back to the earth again. These bodies, we die, they go back to the earth. They was made of the earth. So the things of the water, that come from the water, is going to return back to the water. Period. Last point. The weed growing upon every water and bank of a river shall be pulled up before all the grass. It's simple. The weed that grows upon every bank of the river shall be pulled up before all the grass, meaning the wicked will be handled. The transgressors of Yahweh Yahushua, he will deal with them. 2/3 of our people are transgressors, so he's going to deal with them. Right now, they're the representation of that weed that grows upon every water and bank of a river. Eventually, that's going to be pulled up. It's going to be pulled up before all the grass, meaning they're going to get judged in the sight of all the grass. The grass represents the righteous, the holy of Yahweh Yahushua. And with that, shalom.